Alright guys, JB back here with another video. I'm supporting my Martin Truex Spin and Win at Richmond last year shirt. So yeah, that was a great race. But I want to make this video just to clear up a few things with some people. I see a lot of comments of people saying that Chip Ganassi should have never fired him, that Chip Ganassi is a bad person. Let me get straight to the point. A lot of people don't understand, because a lot of people that's on this topic right now are not not involved in NASCAR. They really don't watch it. They've just seen what's happened, and they're already automatically attacking Chip Ganassi and NASCAR. Well, the reason why Kyle Larson got fired was because, like I said, we all know now what he said. He said something he shouldn't have done, and it all boils back to whenever Kyle Larson done that, McDonald's, Credit One Bank, and his other sponsors that he had on there, they all called Chip Ganassi and said, "Listen, we will not sponsor Kyle Larson." So whenever, and plus Chevrolet said, "We will not have Kyle Larson driving our car," with the Chevrolet logo on it. So, with Chip Ganassi in his position, what would you guys do? It's either try to run a race car with no sponsors, try to change manufacturers. You can't do that. That's millions of dollars that would be taking place there. So Chip Ganassi had no choice but to fire Kyle Larson. I mean, in order for him to continue the 42 team and keep McDonald's and keep Credit One Bank and have that money coming in to sponsor his cars, he didn't have a choice. That's why I've seen so many people saying, well, Chip Ganassi just as racist because he fired Kyle. He didn't have a choice. You know, I mean, even if him and Kyle's best friends, he didn't have a choice, because he has to keep that race team going. And, you know, just the people, I can understand people supporting him. I can understand the second chance thing. I mean, yeah, sure, he's going to go through a program and this and that. But people don't understand NASCAR is run by sponsors. And if the sponsors don't want to sponsor somebody, then they're not going to get a ride. It's like I see everybody saying, well, Kyle's going to the 48 next year. No, Rick Hendrick and Chevrolet will not have Kyle Larson in the 48. I'm sorry. It ain't going to happen. Because Rick Hendrick don't want that on his shoulder. So, I know a lot of them's Kyle Larson fans. I'm sorry. But he ain't going to get no top-notch ride. He's not going to be in a Tony Stewart car. The sponsorships, it takes millions and millions to get in there. Now, I'm not saying 3-4 years down the road he could possibly come back and run a few NASCAR races with a, you know, maybe a lower budget team or whatever. We've all seen the picture. You need to scroll back in time, take a look at Jeremy Mayfield and a lot of these other guys that just done drugs or something. You know, they didn't get a second chance. So, NASCAR's really strict on this stuff. They're super strict. And whether or not Kyle Larson's racist, we'll never know. I mean, obviously he said that word, but that word can be said in many different ways. It can be meant for hatefulness. It can be meant for joking around with your buddies. But what killed him was it was on recorded, where the whole world can hear it. That's what got him. If he just kept it in, and you know, not said it on there, he'd been fine. But either way, he hurt his career, and he lost millions of fans. He done himself in. So, but my whole point of this video is, please stop blaming Chip Ganassi. Chip Ganassi didn't have a choice. It's like if you're say if you're a manager at a McDonald's somewhere, and you got somebody that calls in sick 3 times a week, and they just keep doing it. You ain't got a choice. You got to fire him. And with Chip, he's got to have Chevrolet. That's what he runs. He's got to have McDonald's. He's got to have Credit One Bank. He has to have that in to have revenue to pay to put that race car on the track with that team. So, and he won't have that if he didn't fire Kyle. Now, who he's going to put in that car, I don't know. A lot of people saying Ross Chastain. You know, I mean, it could be other people. There's probably a good 80% chance Ross will get the ride if McDonald's and Credit One Bank says this is the guy we want. It's up to them. That's the thing about the sport nowadays, guys. It ain't up to the car owner. It's up to the sponsors. They're the ones that puts the drivers in the seat. Whoever they want to support, that's who goes in the seat. And that's the way the sport is run nowadays. You know, back in the 70s and 80s and stuff, you know, drivers was putting race cars with, you know, by the owners of who they wanted to drive. It's like Bass Pro Shops here. If Bass Pro Shops said, we're done with Truex, and we're going to go sponsor, I don't know, just out of the blue, say, the #1 car. Well, I mean, it's up to them. They're going to say what driver they want in that #1 car. You know, so yeah, everything just run by sponsorship. So I'm just trying to let people know. I see everybody's take some points on this, but don't blame the car owner. The car owner didn't do anything wrong. He just had to do what he has to do to keep that car on the racetrack. So anyway, hopefully this mistake won't happen again, and get our sport back on track, get it going the right direction, and do better. I mean, I hate it so bad, but that's just the way it is now. So guys, everybody have a great night. Remember to subscribe to the channel, and hopefully things will get better out there. Everybody stay safe.